Well, here's sort of a Foodplot update. I was just getting loaded up. You see the golf cart there. I was loading that up, and yard roller, I'm going to pull behind that to seed this clover. And some stuff happened here at the house and I couldn't leave right away. So I got held up for a couple hours. And I hadn't checked the weather, but I'm glad I did get held up here at the house, because every bit of that clover I put down would have got washed away. So a lot of water. Alright, so here's an update on the Foodplot. That last little clip you saw was last weekend. I was all loaded up and getting ready to come over here, and I was sure glad I didn't make it, because it rained, and I mean it put it down. It would have washed every bit of seed away. So anyhow, today is August 19th, and it's been raining every day for a week up until yesterday. It didn't rain yesterday, and it didn't rain today. So the sun's been out all day today. Yesterday was a little cloudy, so it's dried up enough to get back here. And we brought the golf cart with the yard roller. Yard roller probably doesn't have 10 gallons of water in it, so maybe only 5 gallons in there. It's just enough weight where when we put down all our seed here, we're going to go over it with a yard roller and make sure we get good soil contact. You see there's my nephew. He's spreading with just a little Scott's hand seeder. And he's putting down right now, he's working on the ladino. We already put down 12 pounds of medium red clover. I know in previous videos I talked about what I was going to do. I was originally just going to do white Dutch, then it was white Dutch and ladino. And then I got on the QDMA website and I started talking to different farmers and, you know, soil people in the area and the co-op guys and stuff like that. And they kind of led me to ladino more than anything. And I got on the QDMA website, and if you guys ain't been there, check that out. There's a lot of good information on that website, and there's a recipe that I kind of modified on their website, and I really liked it. So that's what I did, and I called around to different places. I was calling my farm stores, I was calling hardware stores, you know, any place that you think might sell seed. And I was getting pricing on this stuff, and I ended up, I was getting like the ladino. I would just call up, hey, do you got ladino clover? Do you want the white or the red? Well, that right there tells me I don't want to deal with that guy. Ladino is a white clover, so they don't know what the hell they're selling you. So keep that in mind. So just calling around, hey, you got ladino clover? Yeah, we got it. How much is it? Someplace $5, someplace $8. Finally called down to my co-op, my local co-op in Aurora, Indiana, and they had it for $2 something a pound. So I mean, humongous savings just for making a few phone calls. So with recipe in hand, and I went there, and the guys were great. They let me look at the soil tag or the seed tags that show you the germination percentage, the percentage of inert matter, which is the coating on the seeds. Like this clover seed is little bitty stuff, but it's coated in this gray material. It's an inoculant. So anyhow, the percent of inert matter in this stuff, I forget what it was. I'll see if I can, I took pictures of the tags. I'll see if I can put them in right here. And so anyhow, I figured up the amount of seed that I needed based on that recipe on the QDMA website, and accounting for inert matter and weight of the seeds and the inert matter and the germination percentage and all that stuff. This area is like 0.82 acres. I'm calling it an acre for seeding purposes. So with that recipe from QDMA, I needed 12 pounds of the medium red. I got 8 pounds of ladino, and I picked up 2 pounds of rape. I also picked up a 50-pound bag of buck forage oats. It's also called bob oats. It's supposed to grow a little slower and stay tender longer, so the deer are supposed to be you know, more apt to eat it, because once, I guess, wheat and oats and stuff, once it gets to a certain age, they'll quit eating it. It gets too hard or something. So anyhow, I got a bag of that. We're going to put down all this stuff today. We're going to, like I say, he's already spread that. He's going back and forth, and he's going to spread all the ladino. Then we're going to spread all the rape over the whole area here. And then I'm going to give it a few weeks, let that take, you know, get seeded. And then about mid-September, I'm going to come back with that 50-pound bag of buck forage oats, and I'm going to put that across here. So that should be fairly vigorous growing. So hopefully that'll you know, take off pretty quick, because we want to hunt this at the end of September. That's when the youth season is in Indiana. As far as soil test on this goes, I know one of the videos I posted, you know, I was taking a soil test. They sent that off. I took it down to the county. They sent it off. The recommendation from the lab come back with 9 tons of lime per acre. The lady at the county extension office, or soil and water office, said that they never recommend more than 3 pounds an acre. The rest of it, your soil can't absorb in a year. And also the guy at the co-op, the guy that sells lime, said, no, I'm not going to sell you that much because you won't be able to use that much. He said 3 pounds is all you do. Or 3 tons, excuse me. So 3 tons per acre is as much as apparently our ground will use in a year. And then to get that 9 tons, I'd have to do 3 tons this year, 3 tons next year, 3 tons after that. And I just can't believe that this soil is that acidic. I mean, it's basically virgin ground. You know, I asked around about, you know, being this was a wood lot, is that what caused it? Or maybe the maple trees, you know, made this acidic? I don't know. I'm afraid that maybe it was just a bad sample. Maybe I took a bad sample. Maybe the test was bad. I don't know. I can't hardly believe it. In any case, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money to spread lime back here. You get into a sort of chicken and the egg sort of thing, because, you know, in order to get that much lime back here, I need a tractor. Well, in order to get a tractor back here, I'm going to have to do a lot more work on my trail. I don't want to do more work on my trail because I don't want it to be inviting for people that I don't want back here. So I want to keep this as secluded as possible. If I build a big trail back here, enough to get a tractor with a lime spreader and all that stuff back here, then I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot, because, you know, there's some, maybe the neighbors up the way might, you know, notice that this, oh, what's that trail go to? And I'm never back here. So, you know, maybe they come back here, hey, this would be a cool spot to come in the middle of the night and shoot some deer. So I don't want to even go down that road. So I'm going to leave my trail hard to get through on purpose. And that really limits what I can do back here. So I ain't spreading 3 tons of lime back here. It may or may not be a good idea. This stuff may or may not seed well. You know, it might not germinate worth a hoot. We'll find out. From talking to different people, it sounds like the ladino is fairly vigorous growing. This buck forage oats apparently is very vigorous growing. I've talked to guys that said they get it growing in their driveway if they, you know, if they spill some or whatever. Said it'll grow right in the gravel. Well, that's kind of been my experience with wheat. So hopefully it's pretty vigorous stuff too. So anyhow, that's with the soil sample. I just threw that all right out the window. We're going to try it this year, see what this does. And if it doesn't, you know, if this clover don't pan out, or if them oats won't grow, I'll do something different for next year. But that's what we're doing for this year. So that's our update, mid-August. I'm not going to do anything back here for another month probably. It'll be mid-September. I'll spread them oats, and I'll catch you guys up then. I'll show you what the clover's looking like. Hopefully it's up and this whole area will be green by then. We're definitely getting enough rain here lately. So if this video is helping you guys with maybe some food plot you're working on or something, you know, maybe I'm giving you some ideas of what not to do, click that thumbs up button. And if you want to see what this looks like as we continue on here, click that subscribe button, and you'll see, you know, the updates when I do the oats and what this clover is going to look like, and you know, everything that goes into this. So until the next video, guys, keep on tinkering.